Hey guys, here's a crazy story from my past about the first time I did acid. I say it like that because, oh well, we'll get to that part of the story. Anyhow, by this point, in the early 90s, I'd never done acid before. I was staying with my cousins in rural Ohio. And this one of my cousins had a boyfriend who said he could get us some acid. Real asshole, I didn't like the guy, but hey, he can give me some acid. $5 a tab, right? So some of his friends went in on it too, and I got in on the deal because I'd never did it before, and I was real curious, right? So we all gave him our $5, and so he ended up getting in touch with his guy, and he got the acid, and he came over to the place, and we lived out in the country, so it was a good place to do that kind of thing. You could relatively safe without getting in trouble. And so him and my cousin, they went in the bedroom, and they were going to be tripping in there and doing whatever, And so me and the other guys, we were hanging out, so we all kept put under our tongue, hang out for a while and just wait for it to set in, expecting it won't take long. But it did. It took a while, and we're like hanging out, we're kind of talking, and so we get around to the point like, hey, I'm not really feeling it. Hey, let's go outside. Okay, it's the middle of the night. And so we're outside hanging out, waiting for it to happen, and nothing's going on, right? And one of the dudes said, hey, they said if you stare at the moon, it starts you tripping or whatever, right? So we're standing out there looking at the moon. There's a full moon. It's a beautiful night in the summer, full moon. We're looking up at the moon. One of the dudes is like, hey, I can see it moving. I'm looking like, man, you full of shit, man. This frickin' moon ain't moving. I don't feel any different than usual. So the dude ripped us off, man. He did. Ripped us off. First time I supposedly did acid, it was fucking construction paper or something, man. And so I don't know if we bought their acid or if they just got extra acid because they conned us into paying them $5, but we weren't tripping, man. So, of course, I go to him later and told him, hey, man, we ended up with acid. He's giving me this bullshit line about, oh, well, it was your first time, so it doesn't always hit you as hard, and, it affects different people in different ways, yada, yada. He was bullshit, Like I said, I never liked the guy anyhow. He's a complete asshole. He's an asshole to her, and he's just a loathsome individual. But they ended up getting more acid like a week later. And they had it wrapped up in a little foil packet in the freezer, right? And I knew about it. So this is the actual first time I actually did acid, because I went in there and I got it out and put the whole packet under my tongue, right? There's like 4 or 5 little hits on there. And I let it sit in there until I started to feel that tingle. I don't know if you guys ever did it. You start to feel a tingle in your lips. And I took it out, put it back in there. Got a pretty good trip from that, Wow, I had a good time. And I kept going back. I don't know if they were saving it for something or what, but I kept going back every couple of days and doing that again. I'm sure by the time they got to it, it was pretty weak acid. They probably figured, well, this time we got ripped off. So that's my story about that asshole. And you know what's crazy too? I have this tattoo equipment. I do my own tattoos. And it's a kit that I bought in the back of a magazine. And it came with the whole deal, with the 2 machines, the foot pedal, power source, and needles, you know what I mean, and then a set of ink, and it came in a cool case. Well, got around to the point where I needed extra money for pot, and so I sold that to this guy. I don't remember how much. All I kept was my own machine, one of the machines with my needles. I had a liner and a shader, and I kept those because I'd already used them on me anyhow. My plan was I'm going to go to Radio Shack and just get the electrical components to make the little switch and stuff. It's like really all you need, And so I never got around to it. And one time, I was over at their apartment and swiped the stuff for the power source. I straight up planned to give it back. I just wanted to use it for a tattoo. I don't remember which one now, but I wanted to use it, and I was going to put it back. I didn't bother to ask him. So, but I straight up was going to put it back for real. You know, I don't have any reason to lie about it at this point. But while I had it, they got into a big explosive fight. She was seeing somebody else on the side. He came over and they got into a big fight. Split up. Dude left. And he took all his stuff and left. And so he got the case with the ink in it and his machine and needles, and that's it. I got the power source. I still have that stuff to this day. And that don't really got anything to do with acid, but that's my story for today, and we'll catch you later.